Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the September 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're taking a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. In column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for the month of September. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and then the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're going to do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. With all that being said, let's go and jump in and get started, Sagittarius, and take a look at what we've got going on. Again, column number 1 is what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have the card stretch. Stretch is all about having to push ourselves that little bit extra to get stuff done. So like you've been feeling that stretch energy. Things could have been a little bit harder or taken a little bit more effort than we anticipated these last few weeks or month. But let's see here what messages we've got. The first card that we have is the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is a really good money card. This is a card of luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gain. So it definitely seems like this push could have been worthwhile. I think for some of you, this definitely led to some new money. The next card that we have is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is a new project, new activity, new creative idea. Again, this new activity, this new project likely could have been what's driving that new money as well. But that push led to new money and new beginnings. And then at the bottom here, we have the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles is a card of patience. It's delayed success. It's waiting. You see this person planted their pentacles and then they're sitting there waiting for them to grow. So this is something you've been waiting for. And it seems like the time finally came these last few weeks or month. But again, it's not like it just happened overnight. It had been something that you had been working towards and wanting there for a while. The first clarifier we have for this column is the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles is a card with lots of different meanings. It can be ill health, poverty, worry, financial loss. Some of you could have had financial loss and now you're in a period where there's financial gain, which is wonderful to see. More than likely though, or for the majority of you, I think the meaning that's sticking out here with the 5 of Pentacles is the worry. You were worried this new beginning wasn't coming. You were worried this new money wasn't coming. You were worried that you pushed yourself and that push might not have been enough. But it does seem like, again, we have that new beginning and that new money coming in. So that worry can be put to bed now that you were feeling. Our next clarifier we have, Sagittarius, is the 3 of Swords. And in my opinion, this is really just feeding off of that worry. This is that heartbreak. This is that card of low feelings. You were worried this money wasn't coming. You were worried this beginning wasn't coming. And at the bottom here, we have the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is, again, that card of luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gain. We were waiting and we were worried that this beginning and this money weren't coming. But that little extra push, it seems like you did get yourself across the finish line. You did actually accomplish and get what you were hoping for, which is really neat to see. Now, Sagittarius, let's take a look at what's coming for the month of September. Just in general, what's coming up. We have the card Influence. I like the card Influence for a couple different reasons. One thing, it's a good reminder to focus on the things that you have influence over. And the other reminder with this card is you have influence over more things than you think you do. So focus on the things that you can influence and realize that you have the ability to influence more than you thought you did. Influence too is good to make sure you're not being influenced by those around you, or like make sure you're seeing things at face value. Like don't take anybody's word for something. Don't be influenced by those around you. This is again about your influence and what you can impact. Okay, Sagittarius, let's run down these cards and see what we get here. The first card that we have is the Five of Pentacles. For whatever reason, we're worried about something again this month. I'm going to clarify this for you. I feel like we're kind of in a cycle of worry, so do keep that in mind, Sagittarius, if you can stop that. Again, focusing on what you can influence and what you can't influence. But it's like we were worried about one thing and it happened, and now we're worried about something else. So if possible, do just kind of take that in mind and see if we can break that cycle of worry, focusing on what we can influence. The nice thing is, though, is our next card is the Three of Cups, which is a very successful card. It's a card of celebration. So this is a card of support and a card of friends, but the big meaning of this card, as you can see, the friends here are celebrating. So whatever you're worried about is going to turn to celebration. So again, if you can limit your worries, Sagittarius, absolutely you should. And then at the bottom here, we have the Knight of Wands, which, if you've listened to my readings before, when I see the Knight of Wands, for whatever reason, this card literally screams freedom to me. So this is going to be a very freeing month. Again, I think you're gonna realize what you have influence over, and it's a lot. You're gonna have freedom from this worry. You're gonna have freedom from the worry that you aren't gonna succeed, because you do succeed and celebrate here. Let's see what other messages I can give you. The first clarifier we have is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is a very generous card. This is giving or receiving help. This feels like money coming in again, though, for you here, Sagittarius. So money coming in last month, money coming in this month. Surely don't be worried about money, and don't be worried about succeeding, because both of those things are going to be happening. But again, this is a card of generosity, so I do see more money coming into you again this month. The next card that we have is the Fool card. The Fool card is the first card of the Major Arcana. It's fresh hope, it's taking chances, it's going on a new path or adventure. I feel like you have been manifesting, praying, desiring, wanting this new beginning, and we're going to be celebrating the opportunity to go down this new path, to go off onto this new beginning. And then at the bottom here we have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is very patient. This is new job, raise, or money news. So again, there was money coming in last month and money coming in this month, which is great to see. Freedom. This could be financial freedom. This could be freedom from your job. So again, definitely focus on what you can influence this month, and see if you can stay off those high and low emotions, because everything is going to turn out wonderful, Sagittarius. So let's take a look at our next column, which is specific to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. We've talked about money a lot already, but let's see what other money or career messages I can give you here. The first card we have is the Two of Swords. Anytime we have two of something on a card like this, Sagittarius, it's about making a decision. You're deciding between two things. One thing I want to call out here, though, with the Two of Swords, sometimes this can feel like compromise. So just be aware. Typically, it doesn't end up being a compromise, hence why I said feels like a compromise. So just keep that in mind. There could be a decision that's coming up, and even if it feels like a compromise, it's not necessarily going to be a compromise. The next card that we have is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is very supportive, very tolerant, very empathetic. There's a really strong, healthy work relationship. This could be a financial advisor, this could be a boss, this could be a coworker, but I'm feeling like you being like fully surrounded and supported, which is unique and a good feeling to have, Sagittarius. So I'm going to clarify this card, of course, like we do everything else, but don't hesitate to leverage this support, and more importantly, just feel supported. You are supported here, so embrace that support. because it's embracing you. Then at the bottom here we have the moon. The moon card is a card of voluntary changes. Anytime we have a face in the sun or the moon like this is about trusting your intuition. But sometimes this can be like a card of something unexpected. This is the curve in the road that we didn't see coming. So just be aware of that. And again, it's not a bad thing. It just wasn't anticipated. And when this unanticipated thing comes up, make sure that you trust your intuition to guide you through. Again, you also have this really wonderful support system. Again, I feel like you're being wrapped around and fully supported. The first clarifier we have is the Ace of Pentacles. Anytime we have an Ace card, it is a card of new. In the case of Ace of Pentacles, this is new job, raise, promotion, investment, income. So I do think there's going to be a new job for some of you. This could be that decision. In terms of the compromise piece, the job title could be a little bit different than you expected, or the pay could be slightly different than you expected. Not a deal breaker though. This seems like a really new, good opportunity. Again, new pay raise, job, income. If you have the decision between new and old Sagittarius, I would encourage you to go new because it does seem like it's pretty promising with this Ace of Pentacle energy. The next card that we have is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is another one of those cards that's all about trusting your intuition. It's about trusting your gut, trusting yourself. We were just talking about that with the moon. So as things come up, as this curve in the road comes up or this new opportunity comes up, make sure you trust your gut and you're doing what's feeling good. And then at the bottom here we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very intentional. It's very strategic. You need to be thinking long term. You need to be thinking strategically. You need to be thinking intentionally. And that's going to help. Again, trusting your intuition, that's going to be the big thing that guides you through. But be thinking long term too. So as new opportunities come up or the curve in the road comes up that we weren't anticipating, be future focused. The King of Swords is also a card of professional help. It's interesting because you have the King of Cups, which again I was saying is like fully supported, and then you have the King of Swords, which could be reaching out for support. So leverage those that are available to you as well. Now we're going to take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. So think family, friends, relationship, children, whatever you associate with love, Sagittarius. Let's see what we're working with here. The first card we have is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a card of keeping and maintaining boundaries. If you look at this card, this person didn't build a wall around themselves, but they built a fence. And this fence helps them filter in the things that they want and keep the things out that they don't want. So again, keep good boundaries, whether this is family, friends, relationships, anything, any sort of relationship, really truthfully. Don't hesitate to set those healthy boundaries. The next card that we have is the Ace of Swords. Again, anytime we have an Ace card, it is a card of newness. With the case of Ace of Swords, this is new idea, new mental clarity, and more so new boundaries. Something happened that triggered this clarity, which in return now is a boundary that you have. So clarity that's driving that boundary. And at the bottom here we have the Chariot. Somebody once described this to me as the vroom vroom card. It means there's action, there's change. It's about being on a journey. I love the Chariot because you don't always need to know where you're going with the Chariot. You just have to know that the Chariot is taking you to the right place. For those of you that are in a relationship, this feels like the relationship is moving forward. For those of you wanting to get into a relationship, the Chariot, I think, is guiding you to that new relationship that you're seeking. Let's clarify out this column though. The first clarifier we have is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is kind of a large lump sum money card. This is really good news. In an odd roundabout way, the message I'm getting here is some of you could be setting financial boundaries. Like if you're in a relationship, you could be the saver and your partner could be the spender, or vice versa. So some of these boundaries could be money related. But this is about leaving a legacy. This is long-term energy. And more important, not even associated to money here, Sagittarius, the thing that's critical is these boundaries are what's leading you to a healthy future. So in terms of long-term, setting these boundaries is the right thing to do. The next card that we have is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is a not very good relationship. This is bully, theft, violence, abusive, some sort of toxic relationship. Remember how I was saying there was some sort of triggering event that's triggering this new boundary? It's likely some not very healthy relationship, which has now in return given us clarity with that Ace of Swords that enables us to set those new boundaries. So a crappy relationship is crappy, but there is something to be learned in any and every situation, Sagittarius. Then at the bottom here, we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a card of stress, exhaustion, having too many burdens. You look at this person, they're holding all of these wands, they're overwhelmed, and they're like hunched over crying into these wands. Make sure you're taking time for yourself. Make sure you're not getting burnt out this month. Don't overcommit either. But again, trust the journey. Again, there's action, there's change, there's movement. So if you're feeling any of these Ten of Wand feelings, it's a good indicator we'll be moving away from them in the month of September, which of course we always love to see that. Now let's move on to our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card Alliance. Alliance is all about leveraging your resources. When we see Alliance, you have a tribe, and don't hesitate to utilize your tribe. They're there for support. But let's see what messages we get here. Okay, the first card we have is the Five of Swords. We were just talking about the Five of Swords. That's that bully, theft, violent, abusive relationship, that toxic relationship. There could be some healing that needs to be done around this relationship, even if it's as simple as talking to somebody about it. We're going to clarify this, but again, this is driving us forward. Even this relationship, it could be a day old, a week old, a month old, 10 years old, but for whatever reason, this toxic relationship at this point now is driving us forward. We have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a card of innocence, and it's like, I feel like you were hurt in this relationship. You were in an innocent position, and the not very good relationship happened. The interesting thing, though, is the Alliance is so strong now. Maybe if you're ever in a bad relationship again, if you don't see it and feel it, somebody is going to see it and say something. But again, this is just like reflection of the relationship that had happened. It was not a very good relationship, and you were in this innocent position. You could also be reflecting on this relationship again. For whatever reason, now it's driving you forward. At the bottom here, we have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is very studious, very hardworking. This could be new love. This new love could be triggering some of these feelings, some of this reflection as well. New healthy relationships oftentimes make us think of the crummy old ones that we used to have. The first clarifier we have is the Star card. The Star card is a card of renewal, hope, inner clarity. I do think some of you are going to be entering into new relationships, and that's what's prompting the thoughts of this old relationship. But with the Star, again, this is renewal, this is hope, this is inner clarity. This is moving forward in a really healthy manner. We have the Two of Swords. We had the Two of Swords earlier. This is, again, making that decision. And we have to make the decision to heal. We have to make the decision to learn from what happened. We have to make the decision to utilize our alliance or even enter into a new relationship. Again, I'm not sure exactly what it is about this old relationship that's driving you forward, but this is about making that decision to move forward. And at the bottom here, we have the Page of Wands. This is active new project, new creative idea. It's paired with the Page of Cups, which is patience, but also new love. So lots of new happening. Again, there's an old event that's triggering you to move forward, which is always good to see. Okay, Sagittarius, at this time I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions, you can pause the video and think of them really quickly. But for question number 1, we have the 8 of Spades. This is number 32 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2, we have the 6 of Hearts. This is number 3 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3, we have the Queen of Hearts. This is number 23 card. That's going to be a yes. So no, yes, yes for you. We're also going to pull a card from the Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal for you to keep with you throughout the month of September. You have Moonstone, which is a very feminine crystal. It's good for devotion. It helps your intuition. And it really keeps the crazy at bay, which we like. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your Healing Note says, endurance is one of the most difficult disciplines, but victory comes to those who endure. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly. Helps me grow my channel and get my name out there. So please, please subscribe if you hadn't. I also included my Venmo in the comments box if you feel inclined to make a donation. But thank you so much, Sagittarius, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your September.